I want you to ask yourself right here, right now, what are you focusing on? What vision do you have for yourself, and how is that focus in alignment with that vision? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to have you here. Today we are going to be talking about the power of your focus. How your focus is your power. What you put your attention in is what you are constantly calling into your world. Now, this is especially important in today's society, I think, because there are so many distractions always veering for your attention, trying to take you off your path. And if you are not intentionally setting aside time for focus, you can lose your way. And I know this firsthand because I have a bad addiction to scrolling on social media. And I have had to come to terms with the fact that that might not be the best thing for me right now in this season. If you have goals, if you have achievements, if you have a vision for yourself and you want to pull that out in this season, and you know that in this season you are being called to bring that forth, you know that you are going to have to give up some things, some distractions, some places that you have put your focus and your attention into. So it's not easy, but in this video I want to talk about how important focus is, how you can take your focus back, what to focus on, knowing that you are worthy of your focus, and to not give up on your focus. I want you to ask yourself right here, right now, what are you focusing on? What vision do you have for yourself, and how is that focus in alignment with that vision? So for an example, if you are looking to go finish your degree in medicine or something like that, if your focus is on partying, if your focus is on social media, if your focus is on whether people like you or not, that can all take away from your calling, what you're being called to do. And through the midst of that, it can be a wobbly path when, if you were to really focus on your focus, if that makes sense, and spend intentional time on your focus, things could possibly be a lot more smoother for you, and in return you will be happier. So ask yourself, what are you focusing on? What is your focus right now? What is pulling your attention right now? And is it in alignment with the vision that you see for yourself? For me, my main focus is that I want to create a community online. Now, if I'm worried about how people are going to view me or take me, if I'm worried about being perceived and all of these things which I have struggled with, if I'm constantly worried about that, that's gonna take away my focus for the energy that I have for my calling to put my content out online and to really cultivate a very authentic and safe community for people. And if I were to give into the focus of I'm scared, I don't want to be perceived, then I would not be here in this chair talking to you guys online. So I want you to know that your focus is so important, and what you focus on is literally a gold mine. And in this society, I do believe that it's going to be one of your biggest currencies, which is your attention. Because when you focus on something, you're calling it in, and that means you're saying no to all the other things that is not in alignment with you. And when you say no to that, you're closing off all the potentials of people who are veering, or things that are veering for your attention that could possibly get you down and off your path. Now, you might be wondering, how do you focus? How do you focus your intention and your attention on something that you are trying to bring forth? Now, if you're coming from a place of severely distracted and you have been scrolling on social media, or you have been veered off your path, that is okay. It is okay to be veered off your path. We do it all the time. Sometimes we get lost, but if you're on this video, I want you to pat yourself on the back, because you are already coming back to yourself just by wanting to know the importance of your focus and how to focus your attention now. So the first thing that I believe that really helps you with focusing is aligning with your values, aligning with the vision that you see for yourself. This will give you a clear map and a clear direction on how to move forward. So if you, like I said, for an example, if you wanted to go to school, or if say you see a vision for yourself, you want a successful YouTube channel, start to align yourself with that vision, understand what that vision looks like for you, and get very close and intimate with that vision. And you can do this by creating vision boards. You can do this by journaling. You could do this by just simple introspection. Depending on how your brain works and what works best for you, you can get close to your vision however you would like. So me personally, I like to create vision boards. I like to see things in person because it makes it real for me. I also like to journal. And so journaling has been really helping me get to know myself and what my vision is for my life. And so once you get close with that vision, you'll be able to align your focus and attention and your intentions on that, because you are already one step closer to that by even putting your attention on your vision. So once you are in line with your focus, and once you are in line with your vision, and you're starting to see a little bit of a vision, even if you don't have a whole vision, because for me, I didn't have the whole vision, and I'm still in the process of walking out on faith and not having the whole vision, but I had an ounce of a calling, I had an ounce of a vision, so I let that little bit guide me. And even if it's in small steps, allow that to be in small steps. And so the next thing you want to do, you want to look at your habits. What are your habits? If you notice that there is something, for an example, if you're scrolling on social media for like 8 hours a day, then you know that that's where your attention is, okay? And you know that that's the area you're going to need to work on. So what is your attention on currently? What are your habits currently? And how is it not in alignment with the vision that you see for yourself? And this is how you can compare and contrast what you need to take away and what you need to put more into your routine and more into your daily habits. Now, this isn't easy. This takes conscious effort for you to be able to bring forth this. So what I want you to do is, you can take a pen and paper and you can write down all your habits, or you can just write down, where is my attention? And you place all of where I want you to write down everything that you have your attention on. And I want you to write down what is going to require of you for your vision. So you can compare and contrast and see what exactly is happening, and taking like it's more like a roadmap of how you've been functioning and where you want to go. So once you're able to compare and contrast, it's going to be time to break some of those habits. And that is the hard part. That is the doing part. That is the tough part. But the thing is, the good thing about this is that you can take small steps. You can take small steps to taking away your focus from something. So if you're on social media for 8 hours a day, try to, instead of going cold turkey and saying, I'm not going to do any social media. Now, if you can do that, please, by any means necessary. But if you can't, it'll be nice to maybe cut that 8 hours a day to 4 hours a day. Maybe cut the 4 hours a day to the 2 hours a day. And I want you to replace that time with something else that aligns you with that vision, whether that's researching about a program that you're interested in, or looking up how to start a YouTube channel, or just anything that you are ready to cultivate in your vision and cultivate your focus. This will make your focus gain momentum. And after you start doing that and this becomes a daily routine, eventually you'll get out of those habits. I don't know if you guys know about the compound effect. When you start doing certain habits over and over again, eventually it compounds over time, and then it just is bigger than you at some point, and it's easier for you to be able to even bring your manifestations into reality because you have focused your attention on something you want to cultivate. So for me, I have been wanting to cultivate more information on my calling, what's my purpose, what does God want me to do here. And I have been really focusing on intentional time with my relationship with God, with my relationship with myself, with my relationship with other people. And through that, God has been showing me what my calling is, even in those spaces where I'm able to focus more and more. And this, I would say 6 months ago, I was in a completely different place. I was in a dark place. I told you guys before how I had an anxiety attack in December of 2023. Scariest experience of my life. Didn't know anything about anxiety or panic attacks. I didn't even know what that was, but I had one. And it was a very, very dark time for me. And now, after 6 months of spending intentional time on my healing, my restoration, and my relationship with God, here I am enjoying the fruits of the compound effect, enjoying the fruits of intentional focus time, and now my mind is more quiet than it's ever been. Even though I still have my hiccups, I still have my times where I go on social media and I'm overthinking and I'm all of these things, but now I have more tools to be able to navigate my mind and put my attention on what it needs to be on. So your focus is so important, and what you give to your focus is so important, because it is in direct correlation with your reality, 100%. So the next thing I want you guys to know is that you are worthy of your focus. Sometimes we feel like we aren't worthy of focusing on our calling, or worthy of focusing on a goal that we have, because we might see the goal as such a huge thing, or we might see the goal as an identity outside of us. But if the calling and the vision is coming into your life, you are more than worthy of it. Let that come to you. So if you have a calling to speak on stages, don't say, oh no, I'm not worthy of focusing on that because it's bigger than me. No, it came to you for a reason. It's for you. You are worthy of your focus. And I want you to take that time to, even if you get off of your path and get unfocused, just to remember that I am going to cultivate a space for me to focus on what I want to focus on. I'm going to cultivate a space for me to allow my calling to come to me, allow the songs of my soul to speak to me, allow this to come forth and bring forth out of me. So once you allow that intentional space to come in, now that song, I promise you, the songs of your soul will eventually become louder than you, louder than the distractions, okay? And eventually it's going to come to a point where you can't even think about focusing on anything else, because that calling in your life is becoming bigger and larger than life. And the more you ignore it, the bigger it gets, okay? So you are worthy of your focus. You are worthy of the calling that's coming into you, and to know that this is yours to keep, and it's sacred, and it's your responsibility to bring it forth. And I absolutely believe in you. I know that you can do it. So come on, let's do it, okay? Lastly, I want to talk about don't give up on your focus, okay? Now, there are going to be times where you feel defeated. There are going to be times where you're troubled, where there's people who are not going to understand your focus and what you're putting yourself into. But this is a very important time for you to cultivate a stronger relationship with yourself, so that you are standing for something. I know that there's a quote that says, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything, or something like that. And that couldn't be anything but the truth, because when we don't stand in our convictions, it's easy for us to wander. And I have been in that space where I've been wandering, and I'm still working on that. Wandering, trying to figure out what's for me and what's not for me, and this and that. And there is a period of time where you're going to be lost a little bit. But if you're lost for years and years and years, and you're constantly wandering, and it's hard for you to make a decision, it's time for you to stand for something. It's time for you to stand for your convictions. So don't give up on your focus. Let your focus guide you, okay? Let your focus be something that you are working on and you are tailoring specifically for you, okay? And this is not for everybody else, okay? It's not for your family, it's not for your friends, it's for you, and it's for the people that you are going to impact with what you do, okay? So don't give up on your focus. Your focus is so important, okay? The focus, the intentional focus that you need to be focusing on, you're supposed to be focusing on. And whatever that means for you, we all know what our focus should be. We all know, no matter if we try to run from it or whatever, if we try to run from it for years, the focus is still going to be the same, and it's going to haunt us every single time we try to run away from it. So don't give up on your focus. You're worthy of your focus, and I hope that this video helped you in learning how to focus and cultivate your attention on what really matters for you in your life, and to take it away from things that is stealing your joy, stealing your peace, that's stealing your vision, that's stealing your goals, that's stealing your identity. I really hope that this video helped you. Like and share this video to someone who needs to hear it today. I will have my newest journal, Divine Metamorphosis, linked below in the description box below if you're looking for a guided journal for your transformation right now. Subscribe if you want to see more content from me and you want to be a part of this beautiful community. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next. Bye.